Welcome to the Pennsylvania Rock Show. Since 2004, we've been the home of Pennsylvania's unsigned rock, raw, loud, and unapologetic. From live radio to podcast and streaming everywhere, this is underground music without a filter. Turn it up, let it bleed. And now, here's your host, Bill Damiano.
What's up, everyone? You're tuning in to the Pennsylvania Rock Show, featuring the best unsigned rock and metal that Pennsylvania has to offer, and other genres for that matter, right here on musicfrom412.com, builddescene.com, megarockradio.net, kdubradio.com, xrpradio.co.uk, 107.1 KFGD, that is St. Louis, and as always, I'm flubbing the intro to my own show. But with me tonight on episode number 816 are Moonshine Vagabonds. But before I get to them, I do want to mention that we just heard from Jay Wiley and his song Matter of Fact, and Leticia Collini and her song Ain't It Funny. And press the correct button. There we go. Except we've been having some fun issues to getting this show started today, and in the process, I forgot to add Craig to the video, so he'll be here in just a moment. There he is. Hey, what's up, guys? It's been an interesting last 10 minutes.
Well, I mean, happy to be back on the show, and happy to see that the show is having the right kind of growing pains. It looks like you have a budget now, man. Way to go.
There's no budget. It's just me creating more stuff. We are about to be live on Roku, though, for anybody who wants to. Roku and Fire TV. As of right now, I just pressed the button. All right, so tell me how the two of you ended up working together.
Well, I moved back to Pittsburgh from Nashville, Tennessee in 2020, and at the time I was looking to get my name out in the city in any way that I possibly could, and a request for interviews came through the Facebook feed for a show called Where in the World is Megan's New Music? So I emailed Where in the World is Megan's New Music, and I got in touch with one Megan Pennington, and we just kind of kept running into each other after that interview, and that was, I think, coming up now in 5 years, right, Meg?
Oh gosh, 6 years, because it's 2026 now.
Oh yeah. I failed geometry, so and all kinds of math. Took me 3 tries to pass college algebra. It's amazing I can count to 4.
But yeah, no, I interviewed him on my show, and then that turned into a couple writing sessions. I hired him to work with me at Scarfire Media, which used to be called Scarfire Radio. And then when we both had our taste of negative living back in 2025, we kind of came together and said, all right, enough's enough. It's time to hit the road. We're going on tour. So here we are.
So Craig, are you back? Are you back in Pittsburgh, or I thought you had moved south again?
Well, I mean, I am the vagabond, so you never quite know where I am at any point. I don't really know quite where I am half of the time anyway, and I promise I haven't been drinking. But since we last spoke, I did take an opportunity to live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for about 6 months. And over the last 4 years, I've played in something like 14 to 16 different states in that time frame. And Pittsburgh has been my residence. I've had residency in this state since 2020. That's where my male lives most of the year, more than I do. But I bounce back and forth between here, Nashville, and the Carolinas. That's kind of been the loop I'm in for the last year. And a lot of the goal of Moonshine Vagabonds is to kind of widen the circle a little bit, just so I'm not, even if the circle is about 1,000 miles wide, it's still going in a circle, and it does get a little repetitive. And I'd like to get a few new sites in. So
Okay. And Megan, you're in the Pittsburgh area ish.
Yeah, I last year I moved back down into the North Hills area and I'm living down here. But now that things are kind of calming down in my world, not that I'm as much of a vagabond as Craig is, but the road is definitely opening up a lot more for me as time goes on.
Um, so how does the writing process work between the two of you?
well, first we have to experience incredible heartbreak, and then we get together and put melodies towards it. I wish I was joking, but I'm really not. But uh, the but I think I can give a better answer than that. Megan and I are pros when it comes to songwriting. So usually it's just like, hey, what if we wrote something about that, and then Megan, one of the few writers that I know that actually still uses pad and paper to this day. Uh, she'll start jotting down lyrics, or sometimes she'll send me an idea and I finish it. And we they say some friends and some siblings are able to finish each other's sentence. I think the skill that we've come to communicate and form our own language that we finish each other's songs, basically.
I thought you were going to say sandwiches.
uh,
Well, I mean,
there's an inside joke that I don't think that would take too long to explain, but
see, now I feel like you have to write a song about it so that I can hear
Oh,
it.
I was making a Frozen joke. That was my inner Disney kid
I
coming
kind
out.
okay, but I kind of did. That's the in joke I'm referring to. So
Um,
Okay.
so the song that we're gonna play next,
this is
Inside
not
the
the song I'm
Cabin.
referring to.
How did that song come about? Two big sighs.
Well, two big sighs indeed, and rightfully so. Well, Craig came to me with an idea. He had somebody in his life who wasn't so great, and he came to me with this idea for a song. And it just so happened at the same point in time, I had somebody in my life who wasn't so great. So he presented me part of the song. I wrote part of the song. We realized that it was better that we sang each other's parts, and then we took it to eventually the studio down in Nashville, and absolutely tore it up.
And further, it actually began. The riff actually was what really came first off of this. We were going to call the project overall "Inside the Cabin." We just didn't have a song called "Inside the Cabin." But Megan had an idea for a song that kind of used a lot of pool and billiard analogies. She said, "Give me something that's kind of muddy waters, and kind of bluesy." If you've heard the song already, as you have Bill, you know that I completely missed the mark. Uh, but the fact is that I loved the riff, and it felt like, okay, this sounds like something you can like dynamite to. So it that I had so I brought the first verse in, I brought the first chorus in, and as Megan was talking about, I was like, okay, Meg, your verse is up. You know how the first one goes, something along those lines. And I finished up the last verse, and it basically we basically wrote, without knowing it. We kind of wrote. We, we were kind of writing FUs to each other's exes, really, in the as it all played out. So.
All right. So we're going to take our first break. We're going to listen to Inside the Cabin. We're going to follow that up with Moonshine Jasmine's song, Done Running, and we will be right back. Hey, we're back for segment number 2 of episode 816 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. We just heard Moonshine Jasmine's Done Running, and right before that, Moonshine Vagabonds song, Inside the Cabin. Megan is now upside down on my screen. She's
She's just showing off her legs, just not in the way that the most of the public would want her to. But
so I'm not sure that Megan, can you hear us right now? She's muted, it looks like.
oh god,
I don't know what is going on with her phone right now. All right, so Craig.
Done Running is one of my favorite songs.
What do you know? What do you know? Yeah, I was hoping she would tell us about the song, but
I mean, if your listeners are the kind that are inclined to listen to the lyrics, before I was even a collaborator with Megan Pennington, I was definitely a fan of Megan Pennington, and it was songs like "Done Running." I mean, I'm certainly not a girl, though people have accused me. Hello with this haircut, but
yeah,
but I've been the. That whole I got it's time to grow up. I'm done running, and I was just like, okay, this perseverance, this positivity that she had in the face of adversity was just. I met Megan Pennington and heard her music at the perfect time in my life, and I'm hoping that the rest of the listening public, Pennsylvania and beyond, is also hitting that sweet spot too. So.
Megan, are you there now? This episode has been jinxed. Hey, so Craig, tell me a little bit about your chemistry with Megan. Like how like was it instant, or did you guys have to work on it?
That's a good question, and I think it was. I wouldn't say that we worked on it, and I wouldn't even say that it was instant. I think we liked each other. We had respect there from Jump Street, but I wouldn't say that it was just like magic fireworks. And all of a sudden we're working on our seventh album. But it's just say I think what we're able to get along is that we're both very like-minded in the pursuit of our music. We consider ourselves, and rightfully so, professional musicians. We This is our full time. We want this as our full time. We work so that it is our full time. And that goes into the promotion, that goes into the writing, that goes in to the logistics and booking of what we do. And it's been such a boon in the last year that I'm now we're in the process of, really just build, not only getting the full length record Inside the Cabin ready to roll on March 28th, but we're getting merchandise together. We're running a podcast network in Scarfire Media, and I don't know that I would have. When I moved back to Pittsburgh, I don't know what I was looking for. I don't know that I was looking for Megan Pennington, but we found each other, and it's been it's been a stabilizer in many ways for our, not only for our our creative outlets, but just for our overall sanity, to be perfectly frank about it. And I think a lot of that is going to be emblematic and loud, clear, and sometimes a little bit wistful when it comes to the full length record.
Now, Megan has a band and she does solo stuff. You do solo. What has the transition been like, kind of merging all of that?
I wouldn't say that there has been transition. We pretty much have kind of kept the infrastructure of our solo careers pretty much the same. Megan still has Moonshine Jasmine. I have my solo work. I do keep a band out in Tennessee, and we do some tour. We're planning on doing some touring through the Carolinas, hopefully this summer. And I plan on going back into the studio later this year for my own record. Megan, I think, has a similar timeline for her next record. So I wouldn't say side project, though it does have a lot of the characteristics of one. I would say that this is, you said the word pretty well on it. It is a merger, and I don't want to speak for Megan as far as what her intent with is, but I've always kind of seen this as almost like a Phil Collins Genesis kind of rollout. Every year to 18 months, you'll see either a Genesis record or a Phil Collins record if this is the 80s. Perhaps in this timeline, with you're going to see Moonshine Vagabonds Inside the Cabin come out on March 28th. And perhaps within the next 6 to 12 months, you'll see Moonshine Jasmine's next record. You'll see Craig Veltri's next record, and it'll go on and on and on and on until one of us kicks the bucket.
So every time I unmute Megan, we get feedback. Are you hearing that too?
No, actually.
Right there, you're not hearing it?
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, I did.
Yeah. Megan, I don't know what's going on your end, but it's not good.
I don't know. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm trying. I'm sorry.
Do you have a set of headphones, perhaps, Meg?
Yeah, hold on. I'm so sorry. This is embarrassing.
Professional show business. Hey!
So, and it looks like she might have froze. It's fun. Maybe. I think we might be okay. There's a little bit of static, but I don't hear it feeding back.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. And now for the next 15 minutes, Megan Pennington, uncut
Okay,
and
cool.
uninterrupted.
I'm here.
Go.
Okay, so what you missed, Megan, was I asked Craig what it's been like to merge your two entities together. Being that he's a singer-songwriter, you're a singer-songwriter, you're in a band and kind of came together. Now it's like what was that show, the Newlyweds? Now we get to see if you have the same answer.
The Newlywed Game.
I
I'd
think
love
she
to
might.
answer the question. Could you repeat it one more time?
Um, what? How did the merger? Like, what was the transition like merging your two entities together?
Honestly, it was a piece of cake. It was a natural transition. He makes a lot of the music that's very similar to what I do, with less grit and vice versa. And we're all often talking about a lot of the same things. So when we sat down and put our two heads together, it worked pretty well.
Um, I'm currently trying to figure out how to flip you right side up. Don't do anything. There we go. I think her phone might be possessed today, Craig.
Uh,
Hi.
this is
So,
why you do not say anything untoward about Steve Jobs.
hi. So we're gonna take our second break. We are going to hear "If Only a Smile Could Change My Mind" by Craig, and we'll let him talk about that when we come back. Hey, we're back for segment number 3 of episode 816 of the Pennsylvania Rock Show. With me currently, possibly, I see Megan. I don't know if she can hear us right now. You can see she's a little frustrated, but grinning. And she's upside down again. I got it.
The fault is not in you, Megan. It's in faulty technology. It's fine.
Where it is? There.
I don't know
Oh,
if you
she.
can hear me, but I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm trying to spin in circles.
Um, I think we're gonna maybe take Megan off. And now she's upside down again. What do you think, Craig? Should we fight through it, or should I?
Let's fight. Let's fight through. We've trudged along this far, and besides, you booked us both. So
I did. And all right, so Greg, tell us about "If Only a Smile Could Change My Mind."
well, if only a smile could change my mind is one of the featured songs, if you want to call it a single, off of my previous record, Letters to the Defendant, which we talked in length about the last time I was on the program. It was the full length concept record, which I have one lying around. There are copies of said record, the physical limited edition copy, in this very box. Take a look, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Let's open the box and see what's in there. I promise it's not Gwyneth Paltrow's head. Spoiler. Anyway, um, so yeah, that's Letters to the Defendant. That's what it looks like on Facebook or rather on all the streaming sites, and what it could look like in your hand if you get in touch with me. I still have a few copies left. Um, but anyway, it's the concept record that describes the downfall of my marriage, and if only a smile could change my mind, describes after the marriage why I am still not boyfriend material.
Um, I, I, I don't even know how to respond to that. I was going to say, I don't know what to say. I was going to say, well, at least you know where you're at in life, but that kind of sounds harsh, and I don't mean it to be harsh.
No, I'm the one that gave the Yelp review. And hey, it's okay not to have an opinion. I wouldn't think you'd be interested.
No, no, definitely not. So Megan just messaged me and said she thinks she's spent, so she's bowing out. But
she's great. She's great on her podcast, folks, and you should see her live. In fact, if this is in fact live, she's actually hosting an open mic over at Scarpazi's on Shiloh Street in Mount Washington, right as we speak, and every Monday night.
yeah, so we are live all over social media. We are live on Roku and Fire TV. So, well, as much as the 30-second delay /live is, but live enough. Do you still do your podcast?
I do. I had you on, I think, a year and a half ago. I think we're up to now, I think we're pushing 200 episodes within the next year. We're definitely coming up on the 4th anniversary, second week of May, I should say. The Craig Veltri interview, where Craig Veltri interviews wonderful people. It's mostly musicians, but I've been known to interview several folks that have very interesting stories, lead very interesting lives, and it's a great show. It's on the Scarfire Media Podcast Network. It drops every Friday at midnight, and it's a nice barrel of laughs, I think.
I'm trying to look over the show notes that I made. I think we covered most of it. You guys have any shows coming up together?
We got a bunch. In fact, this coming weekend we're actually going to be covering the other side of Pennsylvania, the eastern side of Pennsylvania. We're heading out to Exeter Township, just outside of Reading, Pennsylvania, this coming Sunday. We're playing at Bertie's Inn from 5 to 8 Sunday afternoon. We hope that folks in Eastern PA who heard Inside the Cabin come out and hear me and Megan. We'll be coming in from that gig Friday night at Dogfish Head Brewing in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. We got dates in New York City, we got gigs in Nashville, and we are in the process of booking incredibly heavily for the remainder of the year and perhaps into 2027. So all of my dates are current on my website, craigveltri.bandzoogle.com. So if you want to see me or Moonshine Vagabonds, that's how you'll find the dates. And just keep your eye on social media as well.
Are you guys recording? I think you might have mentioned you're working on an album. Is it already done? Is it?
The album is done. The album Inside the Cabin is done and ready for release on March 28th. It's an 8-song record, all songs written by myself, Megan Pennington, or both. It is. I've always prided myself on my records, and I think Megan has kind of a similar vibe. You know, we don't really subscribe to any kind of genre. Of course, we kind of we're acoustic guitar players primarily. We wear cowboy boots. We talk about the road. We talk about heartbreak. There's going to be a country tune or two on this record. There's also going to be some rock songs. We almost named the record Heartbreak and Travel or something along that line, because that's basically all the songs are about, really. And so, but but stylistically, it really does have something that I think is going to hit the sweet spot on both subjects, and it is furiously optimistic. I think the record is. I don't think we're we worked with a really great young producer out in Nashville named Dallas Jack of Spade Creative, And he does all the string instrumentation except for dobro on one song, Wanda Vic, who basically made Inside, or rather, Letters to the Defended for me. Thank you for her contribution. And we got drums from a guy named Matt Wagner and a really killer band out in Nashville called Minerva. And it's just such a vast, it just jumps between rock, country. You could call it a southern rock record. I've heard the term alternative rock for it, but really I think it's going to hit a lot of sweet spots. I'm really hoping that this record will resonate to anybody who loves loud guitars, soft guitars. It's really a guitar driven record, and written by two people who, you know, are pretty open about their, our Megan and my personal lives. We're pretty open book about what happened in our love lives in the last year, and we have spent half of our life, certainly Megan half of her life, and now at this point me half of my life on the road. So it's kind of a convergence. We talked about the merger. That really is what the merger is. We've, just kind of come together because we realize that we have a similar story to tell, and we hope that people resonate with it the way that we resonate with each other.
Hey, so last question for you. Where can people get a copy of the album on the 28th when it comes out?
Well, we're streaming exclusive at the moment. Once we get on the road, get the following, we're definitely going to be doing a physical copy with some bonus tracks that didn't make it. We just wanted to get this record out, and we wanted to really start touring on the back of it and really start playing these songs for people. The formula hasn't changed really in all these years, even with computers and stuff. You really want to get your name out there, we've been told, and I believe it, just seeing what the better parts of my career have been. The better parts of my career have been if I am out on the road and I am playing. That's when I really see the traction. It doesn't happen behind a computer screen. So we're hitting the road. But as far as, Inside the Cabin, and the single is already on streaming. And once March 28th rolls around, you'll see the other 7 songs. And we're going to be doing music videos for them. So we're just kind of we're in the planning phases. And Megan and I are going to be spending a lot of time in a car together over the next several weeks. So we'll be fleshing out the finer details of that. But keep it locked to our socials for those updates.
Very cool. Well, thank you for hanging out with me tonight, and good luck on tour.
Thank you.
With that said, we have 2 more tracks for you guys tonight. You're going to hear You're Still Around by Appalachian Honey, and we're going to end things with The Trunk by Noble Hops right here on the Pennsylvania Rock Show. We're at the end of the show, which means it's time for me to spin the wheel and find out who Dresky Entertainment is going to hand 2 tickets to for Thursday, March 12th to see Firehouse with XDB and Mimic. We had 2 people sign up. If you're not sure how to sign up, just head to musicfromthe412.com/contests. Go to the event that you would like to try and win tickets for and follow the directions. So we had Keith Laydig and Christina Bernardi sign up. The show is Firehouse, as I mentioned, at Jurgles. Tickets range from $48.65 to $70.65. It is Thursday, March 12th. Doors at 6. Show is 8 p.m. You can get early entry at 5 p.m. It is a 21 and over show. As always, I'm going to hit shuffle once and twice, and then I'm going to spin, and we are going to find out who Dresky is going to hand those tickets to. And the ticket winner is Keith Laydig. Keith, you have won a few times, so you know how this works. I'm going to send you an email, and Dresky Entertainment will send you a follow-up email with information on how to get those tickets. Everyone else, make sure you head to musicfromthe412.com/contest for your chance to win 2 tickets to select Dresky Entertainment shows.